Bears get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Field. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the...
How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
They go play action here on first down. Looking for his tight end Clay, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Here's tight end Clay, the intended receiver.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, an interception, I have to believe.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now Trubisky. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, Isaiah McKenzie. Able to spin free. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. A CD before Buffalo cranks up this next drive. Let's look at what this year has been for them. Obviously, kind of a lost year. You're coming off that wild card appearance. You felt like there was momentum, but season hasn't gone their way, has it?
It certainly hasn't, but they made the wild card last year and then let their quarterback, Tyrod Taylor, go. So you're immediately thinking to yourself, are you starting a rebuild? And if so, why? What's going on? And this just has not gone the way anyone would have thought. First team since 2009 with fewer than 100 points through their first 9 games. Multiple quarterbacks. Nathan Peterman has started. Josh Allen has started. Derek Anderson has started. So it's been very difficult for them. If they can get Josh Allen back from injury, they can accelerate his growth curve by getting him back on the field and letting him play throughout the rest of the season.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Khalil Mack's starting to get a really big-time reputation as a pass rusher, and rightly so. So explosive off the edge getting to the quarterback. But he doesn't neglect his run duties as well. How about that tackle right there? Such a package he has, able to play the run and the pass so well.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McCoy. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. They do go for it. Here's Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Trubisky. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Lorenzo Alexander. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now it's Trubisky. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
2, they are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. And the Bills getting set to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week?
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Khalil Mack leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Play action. Now it's Allen. His throw incomplete. Charles Clay has tied in the intended target, and it's 3rd down. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays. Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17, and his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now it's Trubisky, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Changing topics here for just a second to look ahead to our Thanksgiving slate. You got Chicago and Detroit early, but then, of course, Dallas late. And it's a rivalry game. They host Washington.
Yeah, and how great is that we're going to get that one on Thanksgiving, because they've given us some memorable ones throughout the years. And it's always interesting to hear just how intense this rivalry is, even in today's NFL. I've talked to guys who have played for both Dallas and Washington, and they always say it's such a struggle when they hear they have to go to the other team. No matter what the circumstances, that's the one team that you don't want to go play for. And they always say it's very strange to put on that other uniform.
Whoever wins that game, the turkey will taste a lot better in the locker room after. Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Ivory, not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And now they'll throw with Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. This is Howard on second down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10.
Lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping knowing that they are out in front.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Leopard!
A final shot before half for Allen. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burton. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he finds a man with a crossing route. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 59 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run it in with Burton. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Now Trubisky to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. On the return, it's McKenzie. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Got some real estate inside the 30. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll give it up to Ivory. Unable to get Ivory down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Chris Ivory, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Bills draw a bit closer.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This will be taken short. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Trubisky. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's go, let's go.
Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 2nd down, Trubisky. And this is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Bears on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Throwing here, Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. Gets it up around the 22, but no further. Did flash the fancy footwork, but not much to show for it. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To the air. Allen. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us. After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just change. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now in defense, do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Now the Bills will take another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Trubisky now off the bootleg. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. One
of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Well, incomplete, nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
The defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Allen going to throw, and that is incomplete.
trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go with a keeper. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He's back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Over the middle and caught by the tight end Clay. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's got Thompson here, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Deion Bush with a pick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They go with Howard again. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
On 3rd down, this is Howard. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it, because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
Like I said, not my best performance, but good enough to get a win. And that's all that matters. First time playing this, and I got the dub.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.